Okay, here's everything that happened in medicine and healthcare today, and it is August 25th. Starting us off today, we have surgeons in China who have done the first pig transplant surgery when it comes to a modified tissue. They took a modified pig lung and they transplanted over to a human body that lasted for over 9 days. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but considering that it was modified, this is actually pretty big news since cadavers are really hard to get a hold of. New U.S. study suggests that having a previous traumatic brain injury makes you more likely to have a malignant tumor inside of the brain. Looked at 150,000 people, with half of them having a traumatic brain injury in the past, and they found that those who had severe to very severe cases of it were more likely to have a traumatic brain injury associated with some type of cancer at least 3 to 5 years later. New meta-analysis decided to look at how nutrition impacts someone's ability to kind of keep their hair, especially when it came to women. What they found was that individuals who suffered from diseases like alopecia were less likely to have issues with hair loss when it came to having higher levels of vitamin D and iron. Lastly, we had a pretty big study out of the United States that did another classic example of looking at how meat and protein from plants impacted their overall risk for cancers. While it was an observational study, they found that eating meat did not actually increase your risk of cancers, and in some cancers actually reduced it. However, if you want a more in-depth analysis about any of the studies that we talked about, you can find it in the link in the bio to my Substack, where you can also find my personal thoughts on it and how this is going to be changing medicine. I will see you tomorrow for the rest of the news, and if you want to help support the page, there's some ways for you to do that in the bio as well.